So last thing that we need to do is add quantity to fungible token as well. Now that we've done everything in order to create and then add quantity to NFTs and SFTs, we actually have all the tools necessary already. We don't need to do anything more. We just need to follow the same logic and do the same for the fungible token. So let's try it. We have the deploy function. We issue a fungible token ID with an initial supply that we remember it's sent back to us. So after this operation, we actually have 100 tokens into our contract. And now what we need to do is basically just add quantity to those tokens. We know that fungible tokens only have the nodes equals to 0. So that means that there's not much to do but just add quantity. But in order to add quantity, we need a role, which in our case it's not called NFT add quantity, it's just called mint. So let's try to do the same. So in the interactor, now we need to add some rows, and the rows are going to be actually just one row, and that's going to be STT local row mint. Great. And now let's add some quantity to it. For those, we know it's going to be 0. The token ID is going to be taken from the contract, the last token ID issued, and the amount is going to be, let's say 10,000 tokens. Alright, in theory this should be everything, and let's try to see if it works. As we expected, our test passed. We can see that we've managed to add quantity to node 0, which is exactly what we expected. This is the token ID. Let's check it out. Alright. And we have a supply of 10,000 plus 100. 100 from the initial supply, and 10,000 is what we added, which is exactly what we did, so it's perfect. Let's also check the contract. And the SDT tokens 10,100. That's absolutely amazing, and this is exactly what we wanted to do. And basically this is how you can do all these operations from the interactor. What we can do now is actually create a huge test with all of them, just for the sake of it, and try to have everything at once, basically everything in the same contract. It doesn't really matter, but we can do it. So let's try to do full scenario. And what we need to do, deploy, that's common, and then we can basically just start to copy everything. So this is the fungible part, then we're gonna do the SFT and then the NFT. So the SFT, and the NFT, we can actually use the same name and stuff, because every time a token ID is created, there's a random sequence, a sequence of random numbers that's attached to it, so it's always different. And for the NFT, issue NFT, mint NFT. Right, let's try to run this huge test and see what we get. After more than 1 minute, our test ran successfully, and we can basically see every action that it did. Let's try to see the contract and check inside the contract if we can find everything that we wanted. First of all, these are all the transactions that happened. Let's check the ESDT tokens. So right, our test token 10,100, and for the NFTs, we have one NFT and 546 SFTs, which is the one that we created initially plus the 545 quantity that we have added afterwards. These are all the transactions, and we can see everything inside the contract basically. Yeah, so that was pretty much it regarding creating and interacting with tokens using the interactor. I will leave the code of this contract and also these tests and everything somewhere in the description of the video or the channel. And if you have any further questions, don't hesitate to contact us through our Telegram channel or Discord or Twitter, just wherever you can find us. Never hesitate to reach out because we are here to help you. And yeah, I hope everything was pretty straightforward and you could understand. And see you guys next time.